still in the air. A bit of post-Farnsey buzz. Welcome back.
Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you will know that a lot has happened since the Bachelor finale. So when Blake promised to tell me the truth finally about who he is really in love with, I flew to Thailand to find out.
This was Blake Garvey when we spoke last.
So your heart's not in love with somebody else?
No, it's not about that right now. It's about the fact that my heart is broken.
Not exactly. We now know he was in love with Bachelorette Louise Pillidge, who he booted from the show in the second last episode.
Sometimes there is pain and heartache, but there is someone out there for me. My heart is open.
So are you going to give me the real story today?
I'm going to give you as much as I can, and I've always tried to, but at least fortunately this time I won't be a bit hand-tied.
When I interviewed Sam, she said this.
So do you think there's somebody else?
I hope not. I really hope not. I don't know. I think that's a question for Blake, but yeah, that would make it 1,000 times worse.
But Blake has a different version of events.
I'd been requested by Sam not to mention anything about Louise, and being respectful to Sam's wishes and also the whole situation, I was doing just that.
So when we spoke, Sam knew about Louise?
She knew I had feelings for Louise.
So what did she ask you to say? How did she ask you to deal with it?
Just to not mention it. And I was doing just that.
Feelings aside, Blake says the first time he saw Louise again since the show was last Saturday when they met in Koh Samui.
How does a man who's dumped you on live TV then woo you again?
He wrote me a very beautiful, very heartfelt letter explaining, why and what happened. And for me, I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't give this, one last try.
But when did you get that letter?
Before the finale.
So you watched the finale knowing how Blake felt about you?
I did, and in some way, Blake felt he was protecting me by sending me home on that episode.
But how do you know whether to believe the words in those letters any more than for Sam to believe the words that Blake said to her when he proposed?
I can only ask for honesty, and I can only, feel what I feel. It feels right. I can't question or anything like that because I need to support Blake. I need to trust in his word.
But if you had these strong feelings for Lou, why propose to Sam? Why put her through that if you weren't 100% sure?
As mentioned, I had strong feelings.
Yeah, but strong feelings isn't I love you for the rest of my life.
No, but you're in an environment where you have to. Time is never on your side. I wish I could have stretched those last 6 days out into 30. I've always said that I want to make a lifelong commitment. I'm ready for that. That was there, but for me it was who.
But Blake insists he's certain now, and he says that's why the couple has gone public in a tell-all deal with Women's Day.
So you've only been together properly since last Saturday. You're now confessing your love for each other. Are you again rushing into this too soon?
I don't think this is about as well paced as it's been over the last 6 months. What was there when the show ended didn't die away. If anything, it's grown. So we know that we'd like to move forward. But we can't do that in a normal, quiet way, really, without announcing it first.
Okay, so how was it for you watching that interview a few weeks ago and the reaction that followed?
Look, it was difficult, and especially for me, because I'm just trying to be respectful in that, and I've adhered to Sam's wishes, and I'm trying to be mindful of Lou, and there's only so much I can do or say. And when you insert a laugh track behind every one of those aspects, then what can I do?
You don't insert a laugh track. That's people's natural reaction to what you had to say. There were people that did think that what you were saying was disingenuous.
I've had my heart broken for that. I've said goodbye to many, many incredible women, all of them now. And it's going to take time to heal.
You have to admit there's something comical about saying it's heartbreaking saying goodbye to 30 women.
Sure. And things get cut back and forth, and Look, all I can do is be genuine, and I've been upfront, and I would have liked to have been a bit more upfront with the public, but my priority there was to fulfil Sam's wishes.
How was it for you finding out about Blake's past, seeing, you know, the pictures of him as a stripper and things like that? Was that hard?
Well, that came out like 6 months ago. But, you know, that's his past. And he wasn't a stripper. He wasn't anything like that. But at the same time, I can only take like on how he treats me. And he's always been respectful, kind and caring towards me. So he's been my protector.
So what's the plan now? I mean, you live in 2 different states. Yeah. How's this going to work?
Well, I'll be moving to Perth. So, you know, I want to be with Blake, and I know that his business is over there, and I'm happy to make that journey and that commitment to Blake over in Perth.
There is a real love story here. There's a beautiful love story here. I came into the whole experience looking for love, and I've been so blessed to be able to find that. And I'd like to celebrate that respectfully, but I would like to move forward with that now.
So none of the girls are pregnant with Blake's baby?
Not that I know of. No one is pregnant. Carrie, no one is pregnant.
I'm going to pay to have my family moved from Perth.
I reckon she'd be better off with the wooden statue sitting behind the bloke.
Oh, come on. Hey.
But yeah, he is the dirty street buy. I should point out that, again tonight, that is our studio audience.
No, I had to correct him. There was no laugh track inserted. But,
No,
you know.
when we played the highlights of the last show, our audience tonight were laughing over that one. There was like 2 separate laughing going. So, happy ending in Thailand, I see. Like, is that
Okay, look.
It was a fun trip.
I will say I left there thinking, look, they seem happy, all the best to them, let's move on with our lives.
Sure.
I did think the timing of the letter was a bit weird. I did think the fact that he said that Sam knew about about Louise and asked him not to tell me about Louise in that interview. I thought that was all pretty odd, but, you know, cover of Women's Day, they seem as happy as Larry.
So that's it now?
And,
all over?
Okay, except for Sam and Lisa have come out today. They watched that package.
Oh.
Look, there is 2 sides to every story, isn't there?
Tomorrow night, we get Sam and Lisa's explosive response.
I've been requested by Sam not to mention anything.
That's the biggest load of I've ever heard in my life.
The Bachelor girls set the record straight on Blake and Louise.
She knew I had feelings for Louise.
You're such a liar, dude. When I raised my suspicions with him, he just flat out denied it.
And Lisa drops a bombshell.
He asked me if I still had feelings for him and if I could see a future with him.
That's tomorrow night on The Project.
Okay, let's keep rolling. This is just getting better and better.
Bring that interview tomorrow. That is the show for tonight. Goodbye.